Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is episode 100. It is continuing on the four houses. I wanted to talk a little bit about my setup. Because I am going to be coloring the house that's along the spine, I have grabbed what I have near me, which is my black pad that has the whites, and I just went and opened it to the same thickness as the spine. Now I'm going to open the book and it will nest here nicely, and I won't have to fight with the spine as much as I normally do. I noticed yesterday there was some focus issues, but I was coloring this house because I have a metal clip to the right that you guys can't see. I ended up scooted way over here off to the left side, which I have discovered is what makes my knuckle change the focus, although today it doesn't see. Oh, there, it just did it. So my goal is that I will keep this house, which is going to be colored with the Brutfuner Macaron 50 set only. So this should be exciting. I am not sure what we're going to have in the end, but I have picked out the house wall color is going to be 3 tones. I went with, and I can't even read that. You guys might be able to read that, and maybe I can read it through. No, I just can't read that, can I? The gold is just something else. I really think it should be. Oh, hey, I can read it if I put my glasses on. All right, 1173 is the bottom. That is my lightest tone. 1175 is the middle tone. Let's see if this is really true. 1175? Nope, reversed. All right, there we go. 1175 is the darkest. 1173 is the middle. 1175 lightest color is sand. Beige is 1173. And looking through here is way easier. Sea Fog is 1076, and that's my darkest tone. And I am going to still go for the same glowy around the windows effect, which is a technique I've never used. So I'm going to do this whole page consistently. Now, it is nighttime. In fact, it's way later than it even was last night. We had quite the active day, and I do have a fun coloring haul story to tell you, which is sort of a spoiler alert for when I do my haul video for the end of April, which was completely unplanned. But I can give you some of the highlights of that while I do my coloring, and boy, I cannot wear my glasses. I can wear them to identify the pencil colors, but not to color. Okay. So my mom left a week ago Thursday. This is Saturday. I get to film 2 of these either today or one today and one tomorrow before I do the weekly color. And I guess I'll do a quick summary. I will also say welcome to the channel and welcome back if you are returning. So, my mom left Thursday early morning, and I don't think I ever, came down off of the excitement and all the stuff we had to do. So I still have been maintaining kind of a vigilant state, which means not a lot of sleep, and I just am on high alert. They want to move here, so I had identified a house. I got with my realtor who helped us buy this house and went through that house, and so we've exchanged a whole bunch of texts, and I've loaded videos up for them to see. She has engaged with our realtor back in Washington State and got an appraisal on their home. So there's just been a lot going on. So last night, after I filmed late, and then I made my episode 98 live, Hub went to bed early, and when he does that, he will typically sleep in the guest room. We have a Murphy bed in there, which is lovely. And we got to explore that because we let my mom stay in the master suite. So that's the bottom coat for the house, and we'll see if I need to do any more with that color. Maybe not. So I laid in bed, but I brought my swatches work that I'm doing with the Castle Arts Gold, actually, that I colored over here. Now, is that focused? I do not see that focused. That is very interesting. I must pay more attention to what is happening here. See that? It's doing its bad thing again. Okay, I'm going to change a setting here. Okay, let's see if that works. And I apologize for not verifying before I got started. Yeah, so that seems to be holding its focus correctly. Okay. So I couldn't sleep. I worked on my Castle Arts Gold, as I was saying. This was colored with nope, this was Brutfuner Squares. I am going to be coloring this house today. So because I wanted to get prepared for this house, I took that to bed with me. I watched Witcher Season 3. Had to finish that up. I was on the 3rd episode. So 2 a.m. I finished that up, and I only had like a couple of pencils left. I'm in the grays and browns at that point, and I'm still restless after I finish, and I'm done with The Witcher, but I didn't really want to watch anything, so I laid down. I had my phone, and I was searching Facebook Marketplace. I'm always looking for something close that's a great deal, and I've just been waiting for that right. We're going to move on to the darkest color now. I still see that my focus is maintaining. Yep. So that setting was correct. And so I see this listing, and it's a picture of 3 tins of Black Widow, the Cobra, Scorpion, and Black Widow set. I believe they're 24, quantity 24 for each tin. And then both the skin tones. I think it's just light and dark. And then there was the General's pastel chalk pencils, a set of 24, which I actually own those in a 12 pack that I've had for many years. That pack, when I do the haul video, I will share what my cardboard the cardboard packaging looks like after traveling with me since I think I got them in January of 2020. So they had been in the trailer with me for at least a couple of years. All right, so the price was $25, and they were in, I want to say Palm City, whatever it is. It's south of here. And I, at 2:45 in the morning, I send hey, can you send me pictures of the insides of those tins? Because it was just the outsides. And it said excellent condition, but that could mean anything. All right, so I am done with the walls of the house. It's as dark as I'm going to be able to get it to be. Got my little glowy effect, so I'm moving on to, let's see, what are we going to do next? I'm just going to grab a pencil, and I have with me, this is Seafog 1476, and that is, that's the chimneys. And so early the next morning, oh, and then I also saw that somebody, I used to make and sell jewelry, so my mom had surprised me and sent me some. out of the blue, without any warning. And I was doing a tea, not participating in the tea. I was vending at the tea with my coloring group and sign-ups, and then the card making that I do. So she sends me this jewelry without telling me, and boom, I needed to clean it all and get all this stuff. So a lady who lives here in the community posted giving away ring and jewelry boxes and jewelry gift bags. And I texted her at 3:15 in the morning. So by the time the next morning came around, I got to bed about 4 a.m., which I'm not a late night go to bed person like that. By midnight or 1 o'clock, I'm always in bed. I forgot to do the door. 1476, yep. So I get a phone call at 10 a.m., which wakes me up out of a dead sleep. And I answer, and it's the lady that has the jewelry containers, and she's ready to give them to me. And so she tells me where she's going to leave them and which house number she is in. And then I check my text, and the lady who, this is the blue 1528. 1528. Oh, it says 1328. So it's 1328, and this is the blue windows. She has pictures, and the pencils are not used. The generals are used, but the 5 sets of the Black Widow are not used. So I tell her I would like to come and pick them up. In the meantime, we are biking, doing our morning bike ride, and we are going to pick up the jewelry stuff. And she tells me how about an hour, and then I say that's great. I have now grabbed green flash, which I believe is the dark green. 1291. Nope, 0112 is the light green. So I'm just going to press on while I talk and get these all colored light green. I'm just doing heavy pressure circles to fill these in. And I don't mind if there's a little bit of white. This is all so soft, it's not needing to be perfect. So I go there. Sure enough, the pencils are perfect. And it's the mom. The daughter has the Facebook account and coordinates everything for the mom. And the mom, I asked her if this was her mad money, and she said, no, I'm going to travel to see my other daughter or whatever, to see her grandkids, and she wanted to get some money saved up. So she was selling some stuff, and these were her personal pencils, and she had never used them. And I said, I see you had another listing for some cheap pencils. It was like kids' pencils that also had not been used. And so I offered her $5 for those. So I paid $25 for 5 sets of the Black Widow, plus the 24 set of the Generals, and then $5 for some silly Crayola Brights Extreme pencils, and then some watercolors. Here's the dark green, and that one is, and I'll have all these colors up in the description. 1291. These feel like a dream, by the way. These are like putting on your most comfortable shoes. They are very, very nice, buttery soft, and I love them. So she says, next I'm going to get together all of my coloring books. And I had meant to ask her, because I didn't see any listing for adult coloring books. There was some kids' books and stuff. And I said, can I see your coloring book collection? Perhaps I should just buy those as well. I had brought extra money. So she brings out this like a 12 by 12 fabric little soft crate thing, and it is packed. And it has things like the first Erie country book. Can't remember what it's called, country something. And I already own that. but I'm not going to turn down a second one. 3 Johanna Basford books. One of them I have, 2 of them I do not. And then a Jade Summer book, some Gothic book, 3 Alice in Wonderland books, which aren't my thing, but I mean, it's just a lot of, a big collection without a lot of work. Okay, I'm grabbing a brown, and this brown, oh, I don't want this brown. I'm trying to talk and be productive at the same time. All right, I have this pink, 1024. 1024 is the bricks. So we have these bricks back here. And in an attempt to make them as close to a red brick as possible, the closest I'm going to get is this 1024, which is coral. So I let her show, she looks through the books, she says, I was meaning to cut out all of the colored pages from them, and I said, oh, I don't mind. I buy used books on Amazon all the time, coloring books, and I expect them to have some coloring in them. So she looks at some of them, she mulls it over. There's at least $250 worth of coloring books. And she says, how does $20 sound? So I said, sold. And I went out to get money. I actually gave her, so my whole deal was $55, and I gave her $60. And she was thrilled, and I was thrilled. She even tossed in the fabric container, which is perfect because my current container is full. In fact, this is effectively tripling my coloring book collection because that's how many books she had. Of which there are some cool things, like a thing with color by number circles. Can't remember what it's called. So I will be doing a haul of that, and it will be a thrill, and I can't wait. Now I've got in my queue to be swatched of new stuff. I still have like old stuff that I haven't swatched with my new swatching system. And I think that's all the brick that needs to be done, except nope, I decided this was a line of brick. Just to add more interest since this is a pastel. And this is our experiment to see if we think these pastels are good enough to stand on their own. All right, what have I got left here? I've got these 2 windows I missed. So my cue for swatching is our Tistos haven't been swatched, and I have a really good resource for the sort order. The 520s need to be swatched, and I think I've already mentioned that I figured out what I want to do for that swatching. The Color 120s need to be swatched, and I did get a sort order for those as well. And now in the back of the queue, in the very back, are these new Black Widows. So I'm very excited about that. They were not really on my list to be worked with. Okay, so now I've got a couple of grays. What gray is this? This is, I have a roof I need to do. This is 1522, and it is a roof color. And I ended up deciding that the roofs were too pale with this silver, so I'm going to silver gray. So after I'm done putting this coat, which is just barely darkening them, I can barely see it. I don't even know if you can see it. I will be adding one more color, a pop of color to the roofs. This same color was going to be used here for these trims, but I'm not sure there's really enough color to make what I'm doing visible. I mean, I can kind of see it. And we are dealing with a pastel set. All right, so that's my exciting day. We ended up, it was a 45-minute drive down there. We never go anywhere on a Saturday. So we did have a little bit of traffic, but it wasn't too bad. It rained. we're in the rain shadow, so the minute we left our nice little rain shadow place where we live, there was some sprinkles. It did rain here while we were gone. So that was pretty exciting. I shared that with my mom. Okay, so now the last color, the greenhouse there, or whatever this is, the screen room. And that's colored. So the last bit is the roof, which is this color right here. The brightest purple I could find, Blue Ice, 0099. And how I am going to do that is a nice, soft, buttery layer. And I might smooth this out because I need to move on. What are we at? 21 minutes. Because I'm going to move right on to, just for kicks, I'll do the Castle Arts Pasteltints house right below this one. And we'll see if I can get both of the pastels done in one go. So in addition, the other haul thing that also happened, this was not in the middle of the night. So I think I've already said that the Color 180 shopping experience on eBay was a big fail, but that the rookie eBay seller felt horrible and offered me a full refund, which I got. So that money is was sitting burning a hole in my pocket. And I stumbled across a listing. This is why I peruse the listings a couple times a week just to see what's out there. But very rarely does a good deal come up twice in 1 week. I mean, I can go months without any good deals. And then there are good deals that are, you know, like a set of Holbeins that they're pretty well used, and I'm not going to pay $200 for a used set of Holbeins that are really well used. Like these Black Widows that I got for a fraction of their value they were not used. So it was a no-brainer. So I like to look at the various Japanese pencils because you can get some good ones. The Mitsubishi Unis, Erogitons, and Holbeins are my 3 different searches that I have. And up popped an auction. Okay, I'm all finished with this. The only other thing that I did, that was done with the darkest, it might have been a gray, but I just wanted to color this. This should not be left uncolored. So I would love to know what you guys think if that house, I know that this house on the left is much more colorful. Hub and I discussed these little shrubby decorative things. We don't know what they are either. So he was thinking of green. So we will see if I come back in. I might just save and do a surprise coloring on that and reveal it at the weekly color. Moving down to this house here. And let's see if I can make my little support thingy work reasonably well. I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reverse it. So it was an auction. This person had a rating of 1, and you know I've just had my bad experience. Yeah, that's going to work. Bad experience with shopping pencil supplies, and this person was selling the middle set, 4, 5, and 6, 30 pencils. You can either start the auction at $8, or you can just buy all 30 of them for $15.50, $6 shipping plus tax. That is a really, really good deal for those. So I bought them, and that money is spent. So I'm very proud of my two wonderful finds in one day. The other two finds, one with the jewelry find, was done in the middle of the night when I should have been sleeping. All right, next house. Similar color tones, Castle Arts Pasteltints. Colors for the body of the house are just two colors that I picked, and I believe these are them. Nope, close. My base color is soft, and it is 12. And then the darker tone, or shadow tone, is 14. So I'm going to start with this. I haven't even sharpened these. Most of them are just, this is how they come, and that is what I'm going to use. It's fairly decent. I realize this is a coat that you guys probably can't even see, but it makes a nice soft surface to put the darker tone on. So what I'm going to do is color as much as I can get colored, and when the 45 minutes is up, I will stop, and this house will get finished in the next episode. Although, I hope I'll be able to finish this in the, I guess I have 16 minutes, so we'll see. It's possible. I am sorry I'm covering so much of the house. I think it's still staying in focus nicely, though. The bottom floor of this house, it seems like this is probably the door here, or it's the back. They need to clear out their greenery from away from the house, if you ask me. This is like a little Bavarian village home. You get a lot of homes like this in the mountains and in Leavenworth, Washington, where was one of our favorite campgrounds in the Thousand Trails system. We actually stayed there one year and got stuck with a fire right on the hill above us. They evacuated, and we actually had to find a different place to camp. And we were one of the last people to leave. And the night before we left, we basically stayed up all night watching the darn fire, because we were afraid that it was going to come down the hill, because at night it looked really close. The whole top of the hill was glowing red and orange. It was crazy. I don't know how many people can say they lived through a fire evacuation in an RV, and the next morning we were out of there. But we had to wait until a spot came up, and it was a spot, I think 3.5 or 4 hours away, and we had to go over the pass to get to it. We went from Leavenworth to Blaine, Washington, or Birch Bay, and it was the Birch Bay Thousand Trails, which is our other favorite campground in our area. And it was summertime, of course, so trying to find, I guess they had a cancellation right when we called, and they could get us in. It was a miracle. All right, so this one's a little softer than the one above. It feels to me, yeah, 014 it says. This color isn't going on as dark. It feels soft, nice and soft. I'm just putting more pressure down to see if I can get more pigment out of the deal. So I'm not thinking the Erogetin pencils of a count 30 is enough to really do much with, though I'm able to complete images with the Holbein, the 35 count that I have, but I did choose those to be combo sets of certain colors so that I can complete projects. And the 30 that I'm getting are like the pale tones to another 2 pale tones and then a darker tone of the sets. So now that I've got a good deal, like a screen, I think that's a really good deal, because normally these go for, the set of 3 or 30 pencils go for about 48. So the fact that I got them for 15, there is another one that's including shipping for 28. That's not a bad deal. But I'll just keep out for a good deal. I didn't have my heart set on these. They're just ones I keep an eye on. More for a collector. And you guys see better color through the camera than I see. I'm trying to get there. That's shadow off. That is interesting. Keep this in the middle. All right, moving on. I have a soft peach color. And what does the soft peach do? 006. I did not say what it's for. I bet you 006 is the third color for the house body. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this in so we get a nice, though soft, we get a colorful house. This particular color, either it's very soft or I've now got enough of the pigment on the paper that it is just super, super creamy feeling. Very, very creamy. Okay, so that's done. I've got a blue right here. This one is 36, and this, of course, is the blue for the windows. I usually always do yellow for windows, so this is not only did I work on like the glowy shadowing versus realism shadowing, I'm doing blue instead of the glowy yellow Kincaid windows that I usually do. For time, we're at 33. I still have 12 minutes to finish this house. I am cautiously optimistic that I can get that done. I toyed with actually laying down, because it is that late. It's not super late, but it is late enough that by now I would normally be laying down in bed to rest my back. But here I am in the recliner, and I'm doing okay. I was afraid I wouldn't be comfortable enough. So I may put a poll out, though I was so slow to get the Castle Arts. Because I started the daily color, that has taken up a lot of my time. So I need to be careful. And this is going to be blue. That's a window, an attic window. Okay. I've got some greens here. 2 of them. Again, none of these are sharpened. They are the way they came. This is a very difficult to read, this lime coral. And it has a flaw on it that makes it even harder, so I'm going to have to label that. 22 and 25. And we're going to start with the dark, and we're going to do some leaves quickly. After I finish these and then do the flowers, there's 35 of those darn flowers. On the next page, I think I'm going to explore no line coloring just for fun. I have done a lot of no line stamping where you stamp with a light ink and then do sort of a realism coloring technique. So I've been watching a few videos on that. Okay, so most of that you probably could not see. I can't remember if I talked about this next story. The next story is, these still feel really good. I am impressed with the castle arts. I was wondering if I got them all on sale. I slowly collected them over a year's time. I do now own all sets, the full counts, and the soft touch I own 2 sets. The final set that I bought were these, the Pasteltints, and that was over the holiday. They had a good sale I could not pass up on. And I am liking these. This is the first time that I have used them, I believe. All right, green's done. All right, now we've got roof. The roof is a purple, and it is 36. This is 46, and I think 46 might be this. So let's go ahead and do, yes, 46 is the one chimney. And then, because we don't have any other incidents with this color, I'm going to go ahead and use it as the trim. Just for fun. I think that's it. Next, we are getting close to the finish line. I have found the big purple. This is it. Purple Hydrangea 040. And I wrote roof by that. So, and this one looks like it has been sharpened. Interesting. I don't think, maybe 1 or 2 other ones have been sharpened. Okay, so I did this roof a little different. Let's see if I can replicate it. Yeah, these are really soft. I like them. I am surprised that they actually feel even more buttery than the Brutfuners, which feel more silky, less buttery. To me, the silky side, if it leans to the silky, is feeling more like the polychromos. If you have your gold standard being polychromos silky and Prismacolor buttery. These are leaning way much more on the buttery side. I hear Hub stirring, so we will see if he comes out. So I may have to pause while he gets settled. I am amazed at how well he takes my videoing while he is sitting here. Many times when I'm coloring and I'm videoing, he's sitting right in the room. Okay, so that's that roof. Now we've got these roofs that are more small shingles, for lack of a better term. And I'm even going to do the shutters to match. We're at 41 minutes. I do think we're going to be well enough. I can do a little cleanup for the weekly color, which will have, I haven't been doing interim photos. I like to take pictures of them when they're done. Okay. Well, I am pleasantly surprised and amazed that I am going to say that on this particular paper, I really like the Castle Arts. I can't believe that. Look at how vivid the color is. And the way they feel. They just feel really good. Very nice pencil. So, it's at 42 minutes. I'm going to say it's okay for me to be done a little bit early. I think that the pastels work. I love them. They look really nice. I might add some clouds. I might do a little sky work, maybe. So that is it. I will be back. Episode 101 will be the final Castle Arts Gold done to this house. I've already got the colors picked out. So until then, do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you back here tomorrow. This is Saturday. So actually tomorrow will be I will be posting both this episode and the next episode on the same day, which I said I might need to do, and I will be doing that. So we'll see you then.